Hey, how's everybody doing here? About 20 minutes after 3 here. Um, Futures had a good day. Futures had a good day, right? SPY up 1.4%, up about $10.64. So decent day there. We took a 3-2 up on a 4 hour there too. All right, so SPY. There we are with 3-2 up on the 4 hour. All right, there's your day. Nice big day here. We've had this 2-1-2-2 back up. 2-1-2-2 back up. All right, so here we are getting pretty close to the highs again here. But as we get closer, it gets more and more touchy. All right, so be aware of that as well. All right, but holding pretty good here today. Decent day, decent day. All right, cute, cute, cute. Same way. All right. Nice big day here. Didn't get that 2-1 business, but we took a two up here, and we got all the way up to 702 and change. All right. So we did take the 3-2 up on the 4 hour as well, and you got a 3-1-2 coming in from the overnight right now. As you can see, right? You got the 3-1-2 going back up. You got one job to do, and that's get back to 700 spot 94. All right. So overnight just getting started here. So there'll be more to be seen. And there's your week, and there is your month inside on the Qs. All right. And diamonds were really reluctant to do anything all day. As you can see, this was how the day got started. Um, you came down with a big shooter on the 2 hour, and then you get the and then you make the high of the day, and then that was it. Wasn't able to get back there. Um, and you got all this business that happened, right? So we were chopping up big time, all right? They reversed, and then they got a little bit better as they got close, and then there was more selling pressure at the very end of the day. In the last 30 minutes, these were 15s, all right? And then boom, there you go, 532 now. That's going up to all-time highs. 532.54, I believe, is our all-time highs on diamonds. All right, so we'll look to see if we can expand now. All right, on what we got going on here, considering that the diamonds were kind of garbagey all day. But we were watching the industrials, of course. All right, so XLI takes the 3-2 up here now again. All right, decent day with the industrials coming up. So we look at that group, and then we take a peek over here. Let me see. Just looking at some of the 30 Dow Jones Industrial Average, and there is your Microsoft. Microsoft, another great day up here, kind of choppy, and then kind of fell apart at the end of the day there a little bit. So still coming back down. Microsoft is another $10 highs from today from the previous day. So Microsoft has made just a great move. Google's getting better here. Still inside right now, but you took the month up already here on the first day. All right, and you got a 2-1-2 on the week. So setting up to go higher here. We'll see. All right, and we're quarter is inside there. You guys can't really see that, but it is inside. All right. So Google a little better there. Boeing 233 now, really starting to make that move. So our next target, guys, is going to be here. I see this target right here at 237.54. I think this is the prize right here at 244. All right. Now we wait and see. Is Boeing really going to finally start to make this move? And I've been watching it forever. The one thing that is different now that we did not have before is the quarter. Okay. And now I'm going to change this quarter. So this thing sat for a whole quarter. And here we are, into the second month of the next quarter. So, we're in a position here to go and get that 244 number that we've been looking for. All right. So we'll see if this we'll see if this thing can make that move. All right. 233. It was up $8 today. I'm sorry, it was up 8% today, and it was up $17.34. All right. So Boeing could, if it takes that quarter, that's going to take that right there, that 244 number that we talked about. All right. So that would be our target right now. All right. 240, whatever that number one is. No, this one right here, 244.04. Okay. That would take out the quarter. Okay. So then we would go two up. All right. Now we'll see what happens. All right. So better there. I'm going to flip that back down to the month. Okay. And then we'll go through some other names here. Cat Tractor, nice day today. Up $15.22. Sherwin-Williams, they always go after the big guys first, right? All right. So Sherwin-Williams, nice to the upside mood. Amazon with the 2-2 day up. I'm not. I got to think that there's going to be a pullback here, guys. All right, this was just huge gapper upper, another gapper upper, and you see that there was some selling pressure coming at the end of the day. I'm looking for something that brings us back in, and I think 260 would be the spot. All right, I think 260 would be a good place if you can get it back down there. All right, so we're going to be patient with Amazon. I ain't going to be chasing that thing. All right, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is 3-1 inside the day. Couldn't take the 30 up every. A lot of guys took that through that 3-2 up today, but Goldman Sachs couldn't get the job done. Coming back up on the daily here, puts up a nice Momo hammer on the day. We'll see if anything comes of that. This shooter came down here, and now you're really stuck inside all this business. So I don't know. I do think the banks will get to the highs, and I think they will expand from there too. That's what I think. All right, but for right now, you see the kind of day we had, which is not bad. It's not a bad day on the hammer coming back up. All right, I'll go a little quicker here. American Express was up $8.47. Home Depot was up what do we get there? $8. All right, $8. Nvidia was up $5.89, and you see some slack pulling in. That was a 3-2 up. That's now coming back inside. Honeywell, very, very strong. A lot of upgrade. A lot of broker dealers have put good numbers out on this one. So Honeywell's very liked on the street right now. IBM is inside now. This one kind of fell apart, and you can see where all the pressure's coming from. Right, we got red on the month here, and you got a week that comes back inside. We'll see about that IBM. Here's one. Disney, this whole group is crappy, all right, and Meta and Netflix and all the satellite stocks, and so I think that I don't know. I don't know here with I got a 2-2 day up yesterday. See if it can get out of the chop, but it looks like it's really still stuck inside this chop. So if it's going to keep doing what it's going to do in there, then that's not going to get you anywhere. All right, but we'll see about that. Salesforce had a great day and then puked it all out. Okay, so that's your Cloudflare. All right, definitely. Oracle, I think, is really, really like poised to maybe do something. But it's been down so long that there probably will be a triangle out of some sorts. If I don't know if it comes in the form of a week or just maybe a couple of day breakdowns, but that's what we'd be looking for. That's where we want to be getting in there, right? This was a nice move up pretty fast. All right, so we'll look to see if we can get something back inside. I'm like 127 ish is my thoughts on Oracle. We'll see on that at 141 though today, up 9% today. Oracle, nice day up. All right. Let's what else here? J.P. Morgan up 85 cents. Not too much there. Okay, stuck inside there in this daily routine. So you're not going anywhere there right now. Looking just kind of cutting across here. Triple M was up almost up $1 for the day. Not too much here. All right, shoot her back down on day on Triple M. All right, and then you got your negative ones. I got Amgen was down here today. All right, with the big outsider on the daily right there, and then you got what was Apple? Just stay away from Apple right now. I think 296, 295, 296. I think that's a good place to be. But not here, not right now. All right, I think Apple's got to come in lower. All right, McDonald's tried to get it going here, and we had the wherewithal to bring it all the way up, and then puked it all out. All right, so McDonald's not doing so well there. All right, and then Merck, another one. Healthcare fell apart today. They tried to get going here early in the day, and they didn't really get. They didn't fall apart by any stretch of the imagination. But there's your month there, and there's your week there. Okay, so you see what's going on there. Yeah, so let's take a look at that XLV. There's your daily. Made a nice, got all the way up to 164.82, but then it came right back into the sauce. So kind of stuck in there. Maybe a 312 coming out of that somehow. We'll see about that. And then our staples, they came out ripping, and then they fell apart. All right, so that same thing here. They got up to 86.35. And now she closes down here at this 84, 87-ish. All right, so if the markets start to go up to these all-time highs and we start to see this movement, our staples are going to stay back a little bit. All right, so they're not going to if they really start to move up, then you're going to see they'll get a little defensive just because the market might be moving to the upside. All right, so we'll see about that one on Staples. Again, like I said, today you see what happened. Look at Coca-Cola ran up and puked. All right, so they're not in a place where they are right now. But they will be back. All right, Walmart stuck inside the month, stuck inside the week, garbage day down. I don't know what to say. Walmart probably lower here from Walmart right now. All right. That's about it in the industrials. I don't need to go through all of these things, but we know that McDonald's kind of crapped out. Starbucks came back down on some of our discretionary stocks. So that group too is a little bit of a messy move, messy one as well. All right. So before I finish here, I want to see where we stood on who was who today. All right. Hold on a second here. All right, I'm going down to. All right. And give me 1 second here. All right. See what I want to see what our groups were looking like today. Just kind of leave you with that. All right, so XLC, believe it or not, takes the #1 spot today, okay, and I think it was because of Meta. All right, there's your XLC with your gapper up and then holding pretty up too, so that one's pretty good. Roblox, I see it pop back up. All right, up 3%, not bad. It's falling back in a little bit. Again, with another 3-day waiting. Okay, we've already been down this road. All right, so we're going back down that road again. And then Netflix. This is another one, man. Problematic as crap. All right, so she's back inside the month finally now, and the quarter doesn't look horrible, and she takes a 2-2 up on the week. So we'll see if Netflix can really hold up those gains. I mean, this thing's been a long time sitting. All right, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start to get a little better. Another one that's in that one that you can keep an eye on is too is this Charter, or as I call it, Cheater, CHTR, Cheater. Um, Cheater was up and then came back inside on the day here. It made a higher high, but that's about all I can say for it right now. You're stuck inside on that month and you're stuck inside that week. All right, so then we'll see if that group gets any better. Cyclicals were up there. Technology was in the number 4 spot. Um, we know that the semis. I think they're still. They made a nice move today, but we'll see. You know who Micron was having a hard time all day today. So it did take the 3-2 up, but you just see how she traded today. Made that move up to there, and then just choppy, 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 choppy. All right, so Micron really not a great day. I mean, even though that it was up on the day, um, yeah, it was up, 0.7, up $6. I mean, that's nothing. All right, Sandisk was a little better. You had a nice move to the climb, and then, they kind of settled back in as well. So it finishes the day with an outsider. So those two, we'll see if they're going to be able to continue to keep this lead going right now, and it'll be interesting to see what tomorrow brings. All right. That's it. One that we're watching now. I don't know if I've told you guys about this one. AXTI. This one has been moving really, really nice. We were looking for a reversal at the end of the day here. I think we were looking at the 30. No, I think it was the 15s. We were looking for maybe a reversal to get this thing back up to the highs before the end of the day, but it never transpired. And then they drove it all the way down to 67.95, and then they hammered back up. This one's good. I mean, it did take the 3 up it took the 3-2 up on the 4 hour. It's already up on the month, and it's already 3-2 up on the week. AXTI, I probably got to say, there's probably more to the upside on that one. All right. So the sectors that were down today were energy, defensive, which is our XLPs, healthcare, that one fell apart. Utilities were negative today, and real estate was just barely hanging on. Right there, just about even on the day for the most part. Okay, so we'll see what the rest of the week brings. That's all I got for you right now. All right, so everybody have a good evening and be good, be good.